Working with recipes in grandMA3 saves you a lot of time when it's about to adjust your show file to a changing fixture setup, for example. Now in grandMA3 version 2.2, we created a wonderful new workflow to also create the recipes in a very fast way. I would like to show you how it works, and it works with a new window we have, which is called the recipe editor. Let's create a new window here and change to the tools section. And in the tools section, you can find the programmer tools, and here you can see the recipe editor. For all of you who worked with grandMA3 for a longer time now, it looks very similar to the programmer part window. And the great thing is, the workflow with the programmer parts and creating them in this window is still possible, and it's the same like before. But additionally, you can use this window to create and program with your recipes now. Therefore, you can find a button at the top right corner which says Edit Recipe. We press this, and as soon as you do it, you can see in all the different pools like the groups and your presets this small green pot symbol. This represents now that everything you are doing now in the programmer will end up in a recipe. Let's see how it works. So we select all the spots, and we select a dimmer preset, for example, and we select a position preset. So like you would normally do when you work in the programmer and select your groups and your presets to define your look. You can see immediately now that the recipe editor shows us all the different recipe lines now. So recipe line number 1 shows us the selection with the dimmer preset. And the same for recipe line number 2, where we selected the position. So we will automatically create those recipe lines in the programmer and in the recipe editor window. Let's, for example, also change a color to red, and we get the red color recipe in there. And we decide maybe to even include the MA3 to give a delay time for the color. So maybe I want to set a delay from 0 through 1 second. We close the MA3, and we can also see the small MA3 symbol here in this recipe line now. And if we scroll to the right, we can see the proper delay time from 0 to 1. The great thing is now that you can work exactly as you would do with the normal group and preset programming in the programmer. So we would go in there, we would say store a new sequence. We clear the programmer, and we have a look at this sequence. We select it and have a look at the sequence sheet. And in the sequence sheet, as you can see here, we select the queue, and all the recipe lines are directly created in here. So this is a massive workflow improvement to create your recipes in a fast and easy way. You work literally like you would do in the programmer. Select your groups, select your presets, select the MA3 you want, and store it directly in the sequence or in a preset with the help of the recipe editor.